Oh, Jesus, what do I even do? We're going to Chi. Oh, this is painful, physically painful. I don't like it. I'm starting to sing. You know I'm panicking. I keep forgetting that there's a bunk, so I took a quick look over at the damage done, and I saw a monk being near the top, and I was like, no way, dude. Mistweaver does too much damage, but it's not even me. We are going to Shayloons. Oh, I'm trying to get away from Spider. Scary Spider. What did I even die to? Racking Pain, probably. Can I get a battle res? Let's see. Hi, hello, and welcome. I'm definitely not Rise of Rice, and you're watching me pug my way to 2.8k rating on a Mistweaver Monk in Dragonflight Season 3. The plan for today's episode is to just do some Mythic Plus, I think. Before we get started with that, though, I would like to point out some WeakAura changes that I've made. So I made one which basically helps me track the Renewing Mist. So when I have Renewing Mist up, it's going to show me that. Now, another cool thing that it's going to do is it's also going to track Enveloping Mist. We're just going to quickly cast an Enveloping Mist. There we go. When I have Enveloping Mist, and if I even remove Renewing Mist, it's going to move this over. So again, this is a WeakAura that I've made. If I have someone in the party, of course, it'll put it next to them when they have it. I decided to make this because I was having trouble really setting up the shadowed unit frames to do that for me in a way that really meant something. Oh, I guess one more thing. When I put Chi or Life Cocoon, sorry, when I put Life Cocoon on someone, I'll have this little border as long as they have the Absorb. So when they have the Absorb up, we're going to have this going on. So I know that they're really safe. Of course, shadowed unit frames does show me unabsorb on it, but sometimes in the heat of battle it is difficult to see. So another change that I made to the WeakAuras is that I now have a tool that's going to make me notice my T a bit more. And when it's below 80%, it's up to 60%, it's going to show me the pixel glow, but when it's below 60%, it's going to show me this action button glow, which is much more noticeable. So as I get up to 60, it's going to switch back to the pixel glow, and when I get all the way back up to 80, right about now, it should be going up to 80. Once I get to 80, it stops doing that at all. This is to help remind me to use my Mana Tea, because I've been not using it enough. Again, all my WeakAuras are available in the DNV community Discord. There's a channel set up where I link all of my WeakAuras. If you already have them, you can just revisit the link. To find the link of any WeakAura, by the way, you don't have to actually find it again on WeakAura. What you can do is you can go over to information. Never mind. When you import it, it does have a URL. This one doesn't, obviously. But let's say I go to the cursor GCD thing. It has a link because I imported it so that it remembers the link. Well, I imported it to have it, not to remember the link. But when you import something with a link, it's going to keep the link there in the information. Anyway, I think those are all the changes I've made to the WeakAuras. I'm very excited to see how that will help me. Now, I did changes to the actual health bars. I made things line up a bit better here. Just I used some anchoring instead of manually determining the position. So if I decide to move this, the target and target of target will also move. And if I move focus, I think focus is actually anchored to target. So when I move target around, all of these will move. Now, another thing I did with shadow unit frames is I set it up so that debuffs are actually shown a bit larger, and it's just the ones that I can cure, right? So just quickly, I'm going to go over to party, auras, buffs are turned off completely, and debuffs are enabled, but I filtered them to only show my auras. So if I put some kind of debuff on them, this is really more useful for like a paladin, which would put forbearance on someone, curable ones, and cast by the boss. So I don't have to be able to cure the one from the boss. I just want to see if a boss is channeling something, like let's say Last Bars of Darkheart Thicket, when he's channeling something onto someone. I want to be able to see that that's being channeled on them, or if they have the debuff that silences them if no one's near them, or if they have the debuff that fears people that do get near them. Those things I want to be able to see, as well as, for instance, the bleed on the Kitty Cat boss, the first boss of Darkheart Thicket, so on and so forth. You get the idea. I want to be able to track the debuffs that bosses put on the players within my party. A very similar thing is being followed by the player frame. I tried to keep the player frame pretty much identical to the party frame, so there's that. Again, this is also available on the DNV community Discord, so you can just get my WeakAuras and the shadow unit frames, and you'll have everything set up quite nicely. Now, just to show you really quick how the shadow unit frames look when you do turn on, when you are in a party, this is basically it. This is what the party UI will look like. These represent the debuffs, the curse, poison, disease, physical debuff, and magic debuff. Also, I set up so that the color of the health bar changes to the color of the debuff that you can dispel. If there's multiple that you can dispel, it'll be one of them. So I can't just have it be colored by the dispel. Sometimes you have a disease that's not important and a magic debuff that is very important. I cannot determine the priority of those. What I can do is I can just look at the debuffs because I'll be able to see up to 5 of them. Now, if somebody has more than 5 debuffs that I can remove and the boss is casting, good luck, buddy. I don't think there's much else I can really do to save them. But yeah, this is the UI. Basically, I also have boss frame set up. If you do import the UI, you will have the default Blizzard UI for a few things. For instance, the raid frames and the arena stuff. I don't do many changes. I don't do any PvP, and I don't make changes for raid frames. I just use the default Blizzard raid frames as they do everything I would like them to do. Now, that being said, I believe we can begin our journey. Oh, sorry. One more WeakAura change, actually. I added this just so I can keep track of when I actually have Ancient Teachings up. It's fairly simple. It blends in quite nicely with the target frames. So if I target, it's meant to reach up to the top of the focus target's target, or the focus's target. You get the idea. Anyway, there we go. And we have a very nice Ancient Teachings tracker. I just thought of something else that I could make, but honestly, I don't think I should. I was thinking of making Expel Harm have an action button glow when I am on low HP. Actually, screw it, I'll make it. And I'll show you guys how I do make it, just for funsies, because a lot of people have been asking me to show how I make the WeakAuras. I'm thinking about making a video on a class that's not part of the series. Now, let me see. That is down under... Where is that, actually? Probably in Mistweaver Heals. There it is, Expel Harm. We're going to add a trigger to it. Why do we need to add a trigger? We need to add a trigger because we need to keep track of our own health. Trigger gives you that kind of information. So I'm not looking for an aura. I'm actually looking for player/unit info. And I want the unit to be player, and I want the info to be actually health. But you can choose a lot of different things, such as power. This will let you look at your mana and your essence as an evoker, stuff like that. There is a separate evoker essence thing. I'm not sure. It just didn't really work for me when I was working on an evoker WeakAura set, which I do also have on the Discord. I sneakily added that without saying anything. But yeah, there's a bunch of info you can track here. We're just going to track health. And we're going to say when health percent is below, let's say below 60%. That feels like a good time to actually use it. Below or equal 60%. Sorry, I didn't hit the OK thing. There we go. So when my health is below 60%, this trigger is going to be true. Now I also need to add here any trigger. Why? Because if I leave it on all triggers, and you may notice some of your WeakAuras disappear when you add a trigger, this is why. So basically this trigger would have to be true. So you would have to be below 60% for this WeakAura to actually be displayed on your screen at all, to become active. It could be loaded, but not active. So it says required for activation all triggers. We're going to switch that to any triggers. Anyway, next thing we're going to do is add a condition. The condition is going to look for trigger 2 health. If it's active, true, then I want to do glow 1. Glow 1 is the same as glow external element, but glow 1 basically means it'll make the icon glow. Now, this is a very cool way to do it. It's very nice to be able to do it like that. But an alternative to this would be, if you don't have the option of doing the glow like that, an alternative would be, if I'm below 60% health, I want you to do glow external element, show, and pick frame selector with action button glow. You choose the frame, and then you can actually you can click on it directly over here, or you can type in this same thing, just WeakAuras colon with no spaces, and then the name of the WeakAura. This is another reason why it's important. I mean, you can't even name 2 WeakAuras the same thing. That's why, because then WeakAuras doesn't know how to differentiate them. That's the unique identifier that WeakAuras uses to recognize which WeakAura is which WeakAura. So you can't have 2 WeakAuras called Expel Harm. So if you see a WeakAura when you're renaming it, let's say you're calling it rotation because it's a group where you want to put your rotation abilities. If WeakAuras doesn't let you actually name it rotation, it might be because you have another group or another WeakAura of any sort called rotation. That's why I call them DNV Mistweaver. And for instance, if I look over to my WeakAuras for Guardian Druid, I see here I made the mistake of calling them rotation and defensives. What I should be calling them is, for instance, in Evoker, I actually didn't group up the Evoker, never mind. In Enhancement Shaman, I have enhancement rotation instead of just rotation because Guardian Druid is called that. Anyway, we're going to go back to DNV Monk, which is what we're working on right now. So what we did with this condition is we told WeakAuras to, when the trigger 2 is active, so trigger 2 active is set to true or is true. What that means is when this trigger is true, and it's true when I'm below 60% health because I'm looking at player info of the player of health, then I'm going to glow an external element. I'm going to show the glow action. I'm going to use the frame selector and we're going to set the glow type to action button glow, but we're going going to use the frame selector to select a frame, and the frame we select is the WeakAura itself. Now, an important thing to do when you're using the glow external element tool is to add a condition when to stop, right? When to stop glowing. Because right now we just turned on the glow. So if I get the 60% health, the action button will begin to glow and never stop. So what I need to do is I need to duplicate this. This is how I do it, at least, and set this to false and set this to hide. So what is this condition doing? It's checking, am I below 60%? If I'm not, so when this is false, so when I'm 61% or higher, then we want to glow external element, glow action, hide. And we use glow frame type, frame selector to again select that specific frame, which is WeakAura's expel harm, which is the WeakAura we're editing. Now, again, this is not necessary. I just showed you how to do it in case you can't have glow 1. I believe I do have some stuff here that cannot use glow 1. For instance, I think Thunder Focus T, I cannot actually choose glow 1. I have to use glow external elements. So here you see it in action as I just described it, because I couldn't make it work like that. So we just made expel harm glow when I hit below 60% HP. I'm going to go toss myself off a cliff like this. Let's see if that kills me or just gets me low. See, it's glowing now, and if I heal myself, I'll be above 60%, and it's going to show me that. And I'm looking at the heal itself. I might actually want to bump that up to like, I don't know, 70% or something. I think 60% is fine, but yeah, you get the idea. So I showed you how to make a little WeakAura, or make a tweak to a WeakAura. Hopefully that was interesting. If you guys want to see more WeakAura making, let me know. Now I have a little bit of an issue here because I have a dragon riding WeakAura that decided not to go away fully, so we're going to just do a quick reload. That's a bug with the WeakAura. I might actually have to take a look at the WeakAura to see if there's a newer version of it where that bug doesn't happen. Anyway, what is the plan for today's episode? Let's see. We have a key here. Thread with the Tides 16. Oh boy. I don't know about that one, Chief. There's some big pulls in there, and I don't like having to use Revival for bursting. But if I join a group with a Shadow Priest, maybe that's not that bad, right? Or if I invite a Shadow Priest, I should say, since it's my key. You know what? Screw it. Let's push it. I'll form a group, and let's see if we can actually do the 16. I'm not optimistic because I'm not great at healing yet, but there's one way to test these WeakAuras. Some banter going on in the group. Tank says we shouldn't MD at all, even with the 2-minute cooldown, because it's bursting is bully a healer week. So I told him I'd stun his ads and sanguine one time, and he should mark my words. He says he'll stand with them, and it's a healer issue again. Touche, Silo Dintu. Touche. But also, I've just been educated that Mass Dispel is now a 2-minute cooldown, so that's something to take into consideration. Keep these hots going out. Don't have to do much else right now. Do have to... Oh boy, okay, yeah, not if that happens. Sweet baby Jesus, that was... Ooh, that was a lot of damage. It was a lot of the bursting damage specifically. Did not like that. We're going to have to figure something out about that. You will have noticed that I am hotting people that already have the hot on them. This is because I want to replenish the duration of the hot. Ooh, we need to pop some big old juicy heals here. Okay, I failed my interrupt because someone got it before I did. Alrighty. I feel like these WeakAuras are helping a lot, in my opinion, because I can now actually see that I'm hotting up people quite a bit. I should try and spread out for this specific enemy, because hold on, I need to heal. Bursting's gonna come through the second stack, so I need to make sure that I keep everyone nice and healthy. But yes, I was saying I should make sure that I spread out so that people aren't hit by acid barrage if they're standing near me or behind me. As you can see there, the mob turned around and targeted me with the acid barrage, which in turn, if somebody was near me or behind me, they would have also been hit by acid barrage, and that's something we don't want. So what you want to do is you want to basically take positions around the boss, or not the boss, sorry, but the mini boss, I guess. They're kind of a mini boss, not really, just a really thick mob. I'm gonna put my focus on the Oracle and start putting out my hots. Okay, that Oracle was interrupted. I'll look for an interrupt on the Tempest Witch. Okay, there's gonna be a bursting coming through. I am going to wait for the last one to die. Never mind, it's just one stack. I guess the MD did just come through, so I'm glad I didn't use my revival on top of that. Do Zen Pulse off of the tank real quick for some damage. Okay, having these new WeakAuras is helping, but what I need to do right now is actually focus on changing the DBM settings. We're going to revival here because that was scary for a second. I thought we were going to lose yours truly to it. Probably a waste of revival because there's big pulls coming up soon here. I don't need the friendly health bars bars anymore. That is just cluttered. We're going to paralysis this one in the back just for good measure. Tank needs some help. We gave him Chi Cocoon. It doesn't seem to be working on oh Jesus, what do I even do? We're going to Chi G. I gotta lay on hands from the tank. That was probably enough to make me survive. I'm trying my best to keep the group alive, but I'm probably failing miserably. The priest is already released. I'm going to cleanse this person. I need to move out of that and give this person a bunch of loving. I took some damage there. I don't know why I did that. I think I was thinking of playing paladin. Oh, the panic is real. I'm gonna drink some of this tea here. I don't really need to do much right now. Okay, yeah, I still don't know how to handle these pulls. I think I need more experience in the dungeon, and I also need more experience just in general playing Mistweaver. But, oh, there was an extra pull. I'm glad I CC'd this Oracle just so we don't have to worry about one set of kicks. I'm gonna kick that because the group has been pretty good about kicking, whatchamacallits, the heals. Of course, they managed to get one more acid barrage out. Here we have the Snapdragons. We're going to stun them immediately. We're going to give the tank a Chi Cocoon because he's going to face the wrath of these bastards. And we're going to face the wrath of this shit. Okay, the MD came through massively. We need to pump heals into this guy. There's not a boss debuff on him, so I do need to think of showing other debuffs. Oh boy, we are opting to skip that trash, so we're probably going to, I don't know about this pull. I'm gonna trust. I don't know much about the routes right now. I haven't been looking those up. I'm gonna kick that heal. I'm gonna chi burst through these. That should give me another Phalanx Stomp. I can refresh my ancient teachings. We're going to quickly dispel this person. My WeakAura is blipping at me, letting me know that I need to refresh some of these stacks. We're going to make sure we heal this person up a whole bunch. I'm going to Mana Tea so that we have some cheaper spells for a while, and then we're going to waste that a little bit, but no biggie. Oh boy, okay. I'm stopping very often, and it's like the editing is probably going to be weird because I'm going to keep like jumping around in cuts, but I'm basically just sitting there focusing, trying to figure out what exactly it is I should be doing and how I can best heal my group. So far, we've only had one death, and that was because I just didn't react fast enough to bursting coming in because I wasn't paying attention to the enemy health bars, which is my mistake completely. Now, with the Ancient Teachings buff up, I actually see just how little use I've been getting out of it lately. I'm going to look to interrupt this witch, make her move over to the tank over there, reapply a new one of these. I'm going to stun everything as best I can, reapply my hots. Nobody's really taking damage. I am now. I'm going to take damage again if I don't move out of that. Okay. I think we are good now. Gonna reapply another one of these. Okay, I'll be honest with you, for a second there I thought that the Boomkin was another ad because I didn't recognize the model of the Boomkin. With the new Boomkin models being up, it's kind of hard to recognize them. Okay, we're going to try and get a kick on this witch, make her move over. Going to try and paralysis on this witch just to interrupt one of these. I would really appreciate it if people were using their interrupts a bit more just to move these around. We're gonna touch of death something. I think I did touch of death something. I'm gonna give the mage that Chi Cocoon or Life Cocoon or whatever you want to call it. Okay. I'm getting there. I'm learning. Slowly but surely, I'm learning. Also, Vlad, stand in your Phalanx Stomp. Don't be a dum-dum. Put my hots back out. Okay. So the intermission is a bit scary if people aren't kicking things and can't group things up for some group CC and stuff like that. And the damage coming in is one target at a time, it seems like. I'm not sure if it can repeat the target. It seems like the targets are random. My guy thought the trash didn't stay. Yeah, just clear those. Tank a little bit inexperienced, it seems, but that's perfectly fine. We're doing well. They're not causing any issues, that's for sure. We're gonna kick this real quick, put some more hots out. The Mistweaver really sucks at handling bursting because so much healing I could do comes from Ancient Teachings. So like it's kind of poopy to have to not basically bursting comes in when everything's already been hit, right? Or killed, sorry. So that's when I should be hitting the most, but I can't because everything's dead, so I have nothing to hit. So it's a bit annoying to heal that way. But so far so good. Like I said, just one death and a 16. I'm kind of proud of myself, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna Essence Font here. Probably not the best thing, but I want to get Ancient Teachings going. I don't know why I actually moved out of my Phalanx Stomp. I could have just been standing in my Phalanx Stomp to reset it and use that to get Ancient Teachings up. I'm absolutely loving this new WeakAura. I just really need to move these DBM frames or the bars from the DBM. Okay. Just gonna move back. What I should be using is Transcendence. I'm gonna put Transcendence over here, and we're going to do Chi-Ji into a bunch of kicks. I didn't have Ancient Teachings up like a dum-dum, so the kicks didn't do as much as I would like them to. I need to use these. Enveloping Mists that I'm getting. GG buff is now gone, so I can't get any more. I'm going to give myself Life Cocoon so I don't have to really look at my health bars anymore. Okay, Transcendence failed because I was too far away from where I set the Transcendence. I'm going to set a new one up. I'm going to use a big Shayloon's Gift here. That should help pop off the tank as well. We have Chi-Ji up soon. I can use that as my next big heal. We're awakening these, and that means I need to kind of just go at them and spin. Make sure I keep them away from the raid. I'm going to charge over to this side, try and spin them. I'll give myself the Tiger's Lust. That will actually help me move around a bit. Now we have Chi-Ji available. Want to draw a Phalanx Stomp into 4 of these kicks. That is doing quite a bit. I actually like that. Now we're going to use these on the people that are further away. Group is a little spread out. That's okay. And my HOTS haven't been reapplied because I've been focusing on trying to get some experience with Chi-Ji. Because again, I should remind you, I'm very new at this. I haven't really played much. I've done a bunch of world content, yes, but that's not really somewhere where you can learn. Oh, my buddy up there got his ass whooped. Make sure we top off everyone who gets low so that if they get hit again by the thingy things, like the big electric eels, they don't die. Okay, cool. So far, so good. I'm gonna try and open up DBM and move those bars. I'm gonna put them up here next to this, or I could get some kind of, I'll figure something out, but for now, I'm just gonna move the bar appearance, move me. Are those the bars? Yeah, we're gonna drag them up here. Hopefully that works out. We're going to the right. We got, my guy, we gotta go to the left, but I guess we're doing the goblins first. We do need to dispel the tank. Okay, what exactly is happening? Why are we taking so much damage? I guess bursting, dumbass. Maybe that's why. Okay, I haven't been using revival enough. We'll use revival here because it's 4 stacks and everyone's kind of low. Gotta do other boss. Can't do last. Not time walking, my guy. Okay, we're doing the sentry along with this. Swell's coming through. That's not going to be good. Okay, well, this is going to be interesting to heal, that's for sure. Let's Chi-Ji into some big old kicks in the teeth for healing. Put the HOTS out, cleanse the tank because that poison's brutal. Keep healing. Essence Font is doing it a lot, but not enough. Going to use this, dispel the tank. I'm not using Ancient Teachings because it's not really doing much. So it turns out Druid says we can do the next boss, or rather what is considered usually the last boss. Jesus fucking Christ. Hold on. I can't really think and talk at the same time. Trying to think of what the heck to do. I'm gonna give myself one of these. Ooh, not using fully stacked whatchamacallits feels pretty bad. Shayloon's Gifts. Let's try and touch of death this thing so it goes away soon. Okay. People killed it so fast, touch of death was kind of useless. Okay, we're gonna stun all of these. I'm gonna look for the Aqua Mage. Focus one, target the other. There's a third one. Jesus, there's so many of them. Put out the HOTS. Gonna have to revival here? Come on, my guy. The unstable things are killing us. I can't do much about that. We just got wiped out. Been resurrected. We were kind of full health. That's what it felt like to me. And then we were not anymore. We're going in with 3 stacks of this. We're gonna get 3 more stacks of this. I don't think I like what's going on. I don't have a Life Cocoon. There's a swell going off. Oh, this is painful. Physically painful. I don't like it. I'm starting to sing. You know I'm panicking. Oh man, this is physically exhausting, but we managed to get through it. Now these guys are going to hurt quite a little bit. I don't know how that sentence makes sense, but it does, I guess. Vivify Cleave coming in strong. Okay, that battle res was kind of nice. Oh, tank wanted to do this with Bloodlust. Maybe I thought this was locked until you cleared mind control boss. Yeah, I didn't know that you could do this before the mind control boss was dead, so standing on top of this because we will be able to clear this. We're just waiting for the thing to come through. Now we're gonna clean all this up, clean up on aisle 3. You know it, I love it. New blobs coming through. We're gonna try to get some healing, cleaning on those as well. We're gonna try and kink this ink blast and get more HOTS out, get Ancient Teachings back up. Oh no, I didn't see the sorry. Waiting for that blob to fall down, then I'll move out of it. Then we'll drop an Essence Font just to get my bearings. Oh, okay, I was running through that frontal. We gotta clean up the floor here. I'm gonna Chi-Ji, give this mage a nice big thingy thing with the stuffy stuff. Oh, this is so bad right now. I'm panicking. Heal the tank. Ink blast coming through. We'll kick one of those ink blasts. Tank managed to get the one in the back. That's good. Okay, blotting barrage is coming through. Need to put out some more HOTS. Myself as well. Used Expel Harm there. That felt pretty good. Okay, PPs are moving into that. Trying to just get some Ancient Teachings healing out. Another blotting barrage. I'm gonna try and drop it close to this. Oh boy. Shaylun's gift time. Everybody's low. Let's go, baby. I'm gonna drop a Chi-Ji, another Expel Harm, do these kicks, drop an Enveloping Mist on the tank. Probably shouldn't be giving this much attention to the tank, but I'm just looking at health bars that are low. If the Shaylun wasn't fully charged, so it didn't do much, I'm taking a lot of damage, so I'm just gonna give myself a life cocoon. I feel bad for letting... Well, actually, the Druid died because he stood in a frontal that I almost stood in, so I shouldn't feel too bad. That wasn't completely my fault. Although in general, I feel bad. I feel like I'm underperforming. Oh, I completely just forgot about the fact that you need to beat the shit out of this guy too. Hold on, let me just beat the crap out of this really quick. I can actually keep people up with a whole bunch of kicks here. Very nice. I can just do Ancient Teachings healing here, and that's more than enough to keep the group alive. I guess that's like the breather at the end. Should I even be rezzing this guy? No, he should be releasing. Okay, that's cool. All right, we have Ancient Teachings up. We're gonna start taking a bunch of damage here. Gonna reapply Ancient Teachings. So we're gonna try and... Oh, they don't give bursting? Okay. Well, actually, that makes sense. I don't know why I'm surprised about that. These should not give bursting unless Blizzard is absolutely evil. I guess we're going to the next group. That's fine. Start sending out some hots, make them jump around between people. Alrighty, back into the fray. Put some hots out, some real hots, not just the ones that I do from this. We gotta make sure we step outside of that. I am loving the WeakAuras I made, by the way. Like, just being able to see all this here is incredible. It feels so much nicer. I'm gonna drop a big old stun on these guys, do some vivifies, reapply some hots. I'm gonna jump out of that just to make sure we're all fine. Send another one of these bad boys in. Now I'm expecting a bunch of damage from this. Do we have Mass Dispel? I'm gonna use my revival here just so I can do Ancient Teachings healing to top off between now and the next damage event. There is no real damage event. It's just this guy. He doesn't really do much. He's gonna yoink us in now in a second, which I'm not too worried about. And then there's just the one, whatchamacallit's, bursting stack, which really doesn't do much at all. We need a kick on that. That's fine. We're gonna do one of these here. We're gonna paralysis that in the back just to interrupt it, and then we can interrupt this as well. We gotta put our hots out. Put a hot on this guy. One of these. We have a stun available soon, I think. No, it doesn't seem to be necessary, although now I will have the Chi-Ji. We're gonna give this guy life cocoon. We're gonna give this guy revival. Not revival, but thingy thing with the stuffy stuff. What's it called? Instant cast vivify. Okay, that was scary as heck. But we made it through even without revival, which would just... revival is like the ultimate counter, whatchamacallit, to bursting. Because not only does it remove all the negative effects, it also does a bunch of healing. It does a good chunk of healing. Not anything particularly massive, but definitely enough to be useful to keep you alive when you're fighting more stuff after bursting already comes through. So if you, let's say you have one of these big watcher guys and you just killed a bunch of little guys, it's going to be very nice to be able to top off and make sure that the crusher who stay alive doesn't actually take you out. And we're going to look for more cast bars, like right about now would be a good time to stun everything. Here we go. Lots of CC coming through. MD also came through. Beautiful. Perfect. That was exactly what we needed. This priest is really good. I'm still glad I got a priest in with the 2-minute cooldown. That's coming in massive because we only do massive pulls every so often. I'm not sure what the tank is asking. It is an easy boss, that is true. As long as I actually keep people alive, it's pretty easy. Start by actually doing some Ancient Teachings. Okay, we're gonna try and kill this. We're gonna drop that cleanse because the flame shock does obnoxious amounts of damage. Now the earth flurries are coming through. We're gonna get rid of that flame shock again. Okay, don't need to really heal anyone just yet. Oh, these are coming out faster than I like it. 10 stack Shaylun going out on that person. We're gonna reapply a hot here. That should top them off. Gonna put an Ancient Teachings or Phalanx Stomp down. Ooh. My friend, you need a lot of help. I'm panicking. We're gonna revival because I see 2 of the hots up. This is the last boss effectively, so I can use whatever the heck I want to survive here. I need to insta cleanse these, otherwise I don't have the cleanse available for the next one when it comes up. See, right now I don't even have the cleanse available yet, but I can heal myself. I can also use a defensive if I need to. We're gonna cleanse this person. We're gonna give this guy Chi Cocoon or Life Cocoon. I keep calling it Chi Cocoon instead of Life Cocoon. We're gonna use the gift. We're gonna cleanse this and we're gonna heal this. Actually, I'm not gonna cleanse this if I don't use the global correctly. Our Fury coming through. We gotta move out of that. I got nothing for you, my bud. There we go. Terrifying Visage. I'm gonna Chi Torpedo just so I get behind cover. Shaylun's gift. What did I stand in? Or did I not? Did I not have? Okay, we got this. I can wonder about what killed me later. Now I need to heal. So, okay. We're going to Mana Tea just so I get some mana. Another Terrifying Visage. We need to line of sight that. So nobody got feared. That's beautiful. And that's the boss dead. Okay, now I'm curious. What the heck killed me? Oh, I got a Keystone Master because that's my first higher than 15 key. The tank and I are both wondering why does he hit the tank so hard. But I guess it's because he doesn't do anything else like the druid just said. That's funny. That makes a lot of sense. Let's give the mage Tiger's Lust because he's kind of the slowest of the bunch. Oh, that's funny. Okay, I like my new setup. The DBM thing that I needed to move was nice. Alrighty, let's take a look. Do we get any loot? We got boots. That's not bad, actually. That's an instant upgrade. Crit haste, not bad at all. I like the haste. I'll put them on right away, and I'll make sure that I transmog. Thank you for the run. Sorry for dropping the ball a few times. I'm apologizing because I died a few times where I really didn't need to. Like, I stood in one of the explosions on the ink boss, and I don't know when I died to on the last boss. Let's actually check. I did say I would check that. Hold on now. Hold on now. You died. Let's see here. Oh. I got hit by him twice. I think it's because the Mindbender, when he comes off of the boss, off of Aranak, he resets aggro. And I was the first one to hit him, or I was just healing, so I generated aggro, and then instantly took him off of the tank and onto me, and the tank didn't pick him up fast enough. I thought it was that, and I'm glad to confirm it. I thought I did something wrong, honestly, and I'm glad I didn't. Okay, overall, I feel okay about that run. The WeakAuras coming in hot. I really love the way the WeakAuras work. I just genuinely, I love it, because it makes it so easy to see who needs my thing, and I can really focus on the health bars. I did slack on the kicks this time around. Actually, I didn't. 12. That's not horrible. That's less than I usually do, but it's definitely not horrible. Tank coming in strong with that Avenger shield, though. Cool. Anyway, I feel like I'm making some progress. Again, I am still learning. I do appreciate all you guys' tips in the comments, though, so keep those coming. I do read all of them. I don't reply to some because there's a lot of info being basically said twice or thrice or many times over. I do try to reply to everyone, though, so at the very least, I have read your comments. Sometimes I just don't have anything nice, or sorry, that sounds wrong. No, it sounds like I'm gonna flame you. No, what I mean by that is I don't have anything thoughtful to say, and it feels stupid to reply to someone just to say, yep, and like that isn't a real reply. I want to actually, have a sort of a conversation and give you some actual, not feedback, but just like an actual reply. How when you talk to someone sometimes and they're just like, yeah, okay, and then the conversation just feels extremely boring. I don't want to be that guy. I want to have an actual reply. Anyway, what is next? We got a plus on this one, so we have an 18 Galakron's Fall. Ooh, okay, what's hard to heal there? The Time Waves boss is gonna be hard as heck because I struggle to figure out where everyone's positioned with the debuff, so I don't know who to dispel, and also the damage is pretty high. What else? The one with the mind control orb that's dropping down on you, that one's also actually kind of hard right before Ridicron. I might just drop this. Down to something more manageable. 18 feels a bit out of my league. I did just go through a 16, but an 18, like they get more difficult, like exponentially more difficult, so I don't want to really push myself like that. I don't think I need to. I think I'm at an okay key level with doing 15s and 16s. All right, I still have unclaimed rewards. I haven't opened the vault. I need to do the normal raid. That is something I'll do over the weekend when I have more time to record, because it does take more time to record the raid. But yeah, I would like to do the raid. I have 3 tier pieces available in the vault. You can't see 2 of them, but 2 of them here are 460. I'm going to take 1 of them, and hopefully I get 2 tier pieces from the raid, the normal raid I do, and then I can get the 4th one from the catalyst. That would be bellissimo, but we'll see what happens. Is bellissimo actually a word? I just said it because it sounded okay. Let me go get Watcher's Loam, and then I'll figure out what I do next. So this is a super cool bug where, because I don't have an SMS protector enabled, I cannot determine my own dungeon thing. Like, I can't change any of these settings, really. If I do change them, this gets removed, and I cannot change this because I don't have the SMS protector. But the thing is, when I just try to use the key, I'm just going to reload real quick to show you. When I do try to use the key to form a group, it says 1 or more dungeons was not valid. I don't know what that means. I genuinely, like, what am I supposed to do now? I just have a bricked key because I can't actually start a dungeon with it. I don't understand. I'm gonna go update my add-ons and whatnot, but if I can't run my own key, I'm probably just gonna run something else from here by joining somebody else's group, hopefully. Yeah, I still can't list it. I looked it up. There's a bunch of people experiencing this issue. Basically, it's listing as Murazon's Rise instead of Galakron's Fall, which is extremely irritating, but I guess we can just find somebody else's group. So let's see if we can actually join a group. Let us see. Will somebody actually invite us? Let me move over my pre-made groups finder thingy thing. Difficulty, we're going to go set to Mythic Plus. We're going to check off everything that basically isn't from the the Tides or Dark Heart Thicket, so we're just going to skip those two. I'll do anything else. Party Fit, Bloodlust Fit, and Battle Res Fit. I want the group to have a Battle Res, I want the group to have a Bloodlust, and I want to just fit in the party as a healer. And that'll filter out everything I want to do. I don't care about the other things. I just really want to make sure that I get these dungeons that I haven't already done this week, so we can start getting some actual rating. Even though I did quite a few dungeons, I'm still only at 1,000 rating because I keep doing the same dungeons over and over again. I didn't do Blackrock Hold or Everbloom on this character yet, so that's something to take into account. We're going to look for 16s or anything around that rating. Maybe even 15s would be fine. Let's see, can we do an Atal'dazar? That might be fun to do. We got into a 15, I think, Atal'dazar, which is very nice. I also did some more changes to my WeakAuras. Of course I did. Basically, I set it up so that when I have 1 or 2 stacks available, see, when I don't have any stacks available, this doesn't have the pixel glow around the edges. But when I do get a stack available, there's a pixel glow around the edges. This will help me because I can now see that I have another one available without having to look over here. Yes, I made a WeakAura so that I don't have to look at my WeakAura because this is, I don't know, I just don't notice it enough, to be completely honest with you. I just don't see it. So I will be able to, I'll get the reminder while I'm staring at health bars, which will be useful, I think. Again, all the WeakAuras I use, as well as the shadow unit frames that I have, you can get all of those on the DNV community Discord, the link to which is available in the description of every video that I post. Starting with Razan, starting with a bunch of fall damage as well. He's going to start getting angry at us. We're just going to try and line a sight of that. Nobody seems to be getting feared. That's very good. Keep applying those hots. The blip is letting me know that I have hots available. I'm going to give the tank movement speed so he can get away even further from the boss. Boss seems to be stepping into these purples. No, he's not. That's very good. I'm going to send out more of these hots. The pursuit is ending here in a second. We're right next to this next pillar, which is perfect. Another Phalanx Stomp. Keep these coming out. Not much really damage coming through because we're avoiding the ads quite well, or rather the purple pulls, so there's no ads hitting us or anything like that. Also, nobody got eaten. If they get eaten, all I can really do is put Life Cocoon on them and hope for the best, really. Pursuit's coming out. It is on the chamois. I'm going to try and give the chamois some movement speed so it can get even further away. We don't want anyone to get gobbled up, and that pursuit really lasts for a long ass time. I did turn on this stuff, rather the debuffs, just so I can keep track of all the debuffs that are being experienced by the party. I feel like that'll help me out a bit. Maybe I have another fear coming through in a couple of seconds. I see that because I see the thingy thing with the stuffy stuff. The WeakAura I have that puts enemy cooldowns on the nameplates. This is a really good group. I don't have a movement speed buff to give to the druid, but I'm sure they'll be fine. Boss is basically dead. We're going to spam Touch of Death until it goes through. There we go. Beautiful. That was very simple, very easy to heal. Group knew exactly what to do. Tank position, great. This is really fun. These, luckily, do not apply bursting to you, so you can just burst them down really quick. I do not have Phalanx Stomp available currently because I didn't manage to reset it when we started the poll, but we're going to drop one of these Essence Fonts, and that should keep me going with the Ancient Teachings until I have to do something else, or until I have to drop another Phalanx Stomp, which is now. We're looking for a kick on this thing. It wasn't necessary. All is well. I'm not even going to bother healing much. One stack of bursting really doesn't do anything to me. This is a new route. I haven't really seen this before. I'm going to kick this, and hopefully somebody kicks this. If not, okay, we got the Boomkin. Dropping the Solar Beam on top of the Sky Screamer. I'm going to give myself freedom, make sure I get out of that. Actually, I should probably be giving the tank freedom, but I don't think it's overly necessary. I'm going to drop some of these, cleave with that, kick the fear, and move on. Here you can see the renewing mist spreading out from one party member to another party member. As each party member gets topped off, another one gets the renewing mist put on them, and the reminder WeakAura coming in strong, making sure that I keep reapplying more stacks as I can. We're gonna make sure we get rid of those poisons as they come out. Going to drop a stun on this. Oh, somebody just got yeeted off. It seems to be our monk. They seem to be okay. Bursting might be taking them out. It looks like bursting did take them out after they fell and took a bunch of fall damage. They weren't able to top themselves off and keep themselves alive. That is unfortunate. We have another couple of bulwarks. We're just going to bounce them over there to stop them from casting that, so we don't have to deal with that. I'm going to try and top everyone off for the next round of bursting here. It's going to be 2 stacks of bursting, not too horrible to deal with. We should be able to deal with that just fine. And then Ancient Teaching Sealing should be able to keep us all going through the next bit. I'm going to put a focus on the Witch Doctor so that I may interrupt this I don't have a stun available for this. Now I need to put up more of these hots. I accidentally put it on someone who just got one, but that's okay. It will extend the duration, so it's not a huge deal. Witch Doctor will go down now, which means that we will have a bunch of people taking a bunch of damage from the bursting, but we seem to be fine for now. We're going to drop a Shayloon's Gift just to top everyone off. That's a good Ring of Peace from the other monk. For a second, I thought I accidentally hit it, but I just forgot that we had another monk in the group, to be honest with you. Now there's going to be 2 stacks of bursting coming through. I got to look out for that. Spell Harm by myself, Cleave with everyone. Shayloon's Gift with 4 stacks should give some good AoE healing. I don't really want to have to heal a whole bunch like this, but like I'd rather just top everyone off on the next pull with this. I'm waiting for the second Bulwark to come through to use my CC. It just did. I'm going to use my paralysis so I don't have to do my AoE CC for that. Need to put more hots out. We're going to put one on the tank because he's sure to take damage. Then whoever else takes damage will get it immediately. Okay, we managed to hold off the DPS so that we don't actually get another stack of bursting immediately. I can see this being an issue, like this, these guards and whatnot. People are decent about moving out of the burst or the little things on the ground. We're going to use a Shayloon's Gift to top everyone off. I don't feel like having people wait to get topped off before the next pull. Now, I am conscious of the stalkers coming in from behind us. These venom blasts should be getting interrupted. I understand that the thing is a bit more scary than that. Monk managed to kick this. There's the Hex. I'm going to AoE CC that. We're avoiding killing the totem, which I actually appreciate because that means the big AoE splashes won't be coming down from the guy. There we go. We just took care of that. The guy being the guard. Going to be another Shayloon's Mist here. Get rid of that poison. Get some cleaving done with Vivify heals. We're on the move as Entangling Roots is forcing us to move. There's the guard dead. That should lower the general damage coming out. Going to get rid of that poison on the tank. We're going to put new hots out. Cleave the entire group with hots. We seem to be moving into the next group. I think I can get a good chunk of healing done here. Yeah, I managed to top everyone off with just Ancient Teachings. We have an AoE CC kind of situation going on. I'm going to cheat Torpedo out of that. I'm going to kick one of these. The other one I wasn't able to get. I should have probably just used my AoE stun. Luckily, the person that has it is moving out of the way. We have the new shields coming out here in a second. I'm going to use paralysis on this person. And we have big heal coming in with Shayloon's Gift. Put out a new set of hots on people. Tank managed to interrupt that, so I didn't need to. Kind of wasted my Spearhand Strike, but there's not much else for me to interrupt here, so that's perfectly fine. I keep forgetting that there's a bunk, so I took a quick look over at the damage done, and I saw a monk being near the top, and was like, no way, dude. Mistweaver does too much damage, but it's not even me. Gonna give myself Dagger's Lust, so I don't have to actually move. Okay, my WeakAura is having some issues where it's showing the icon for a second after it has already expired. I don't like that very much, but I think that's okay. Are we going back up to the guy? I think we are. I'm going to just stay on the tank, or sorry, on the boss. It looks like people are trying to position themselves to show which one they'll be damaging. That's fine. I'm going to stay on the boss. Why? Because I want to be able to interrupt him whenever he does that. Tank seems to get the idea though. He's doing that himself. I'm going to immediately Shayloon's Gift here. Just keep everyone nice and topped off. There's a Toxic Leap coming through. Okay, let me see who needs the most help with their totem. This might be it. Tank seems to be on top of the interrupt, so I don't have to worry about that. There's one coming through here. He's right next to me, so I may as well help out. Going to damage some of this. Move over here. Time to actually heal people. Shayloon's Gift doing great healing here. Ancient Teachings also coming through very strongly. Just trying to finish off this totem now as that one has been DPS down. There we go. Touches of Death coming through real strong. I should be focusing more on healing than making sure that things get topped off, but hey, that's that's my mindset. Unfortunately, I have been playing DPS and tank for far too long and sort of picking up slack on where other people's were failing or lacking. More Shayloon's Gift. Give myself movement speed so I don't have to move. Keep those Renewing Mists going out. Now we got another Ancient Teachings coming through. Okay, I'm quite happy with how I'm performing healing wise on these bosses so far. It really helps that the group is so good. Like, these guys are really great. I haven't had to worry about them at all at pretty much any point in time. I'm trying to direct my Bayline Stomp in a way that lets me stay inside of it. We do have Chi-Ji, but I really don't feel like I need it. I'll just drop it to get some practice in, I guess. Okay, Enveloping Mist is going to start coming out. I should just be focusing on kicks while I have Chi-Ji up. We're going to use Shayloon's Gift for 10 stacks. That should heal everyone up quite nicely. Boss should be going down here in a second. I reapplied. Oh, this person really got hurt. We're just going to give him one of these. Oh, they're already out of line of sight. Forget about it. I should be mounting up instead of cheat torpedoing, but that's okay. Damn, is 15 really that much easier than 16, or is this dungeon imagine that much easier than a 16. I don't know. We'll see on the last boss. Apparently they've made some changes to her. We're going to make sure we focus on, yes, on this target so that we can always interrupt that big old dynamite. We don't want to let that go through. We're going to give ourselves daggers less so that we can get the heck out of there. Dynamite being interrupted. The other monk got it. That's fine. I wasn't really paying attention to where that charge was going, so that was bad. Big heals needed here, I think. Bursting coming through. One stack of bursting doesn't even make me... I'm not like... Whatever. And these guys are beefy. I can see why people skip this group usually. I put a focus on the Sky Screamer so that I can interrupt them if need be. Reapply some hots. I need some. I'm going to give a big Vivify heal to this person. And drink some Mana Tea because I am losing a bit of mana here. I'm going to give a nice big Essence Font while I have the Mana Tea buff because that will reduce the amount of mana it costs. Here I expect to have to use... Actually, no, it's the little Saurids. It's fine. It's fine. I was going to say I'm going to expect to use whatchamacallit, Revival, but it was not necessary because it's just a small group of Saurids. The small Saurids luckily do not apply bursting. I'm just going to AoE CC this. Maybe I should have saved it for the next group. These little Saurids aren't that nasty on Tyrannical. And Fortified, they're pretty rough because they jump around and hit random targets, so tank aggro doesn't mean much to them. All right, we have the Augur. I'm going to try and interrupt their whatever the heck it is. There's something they do that's really scary. Fervent Strikes. Tank needs to stay near them, I believe. Okay, so these guys have the Wildfire Infusion, I think, or something along those lines, but that really only gets cast on the, what are they called? I'm just going to drop one of these Shaylun's gifts like so. That'll top everyone off. We seem to have a clear-cut path through it. Shaman's stuck behind us. We're going to try and give them a nice big hot and a big heal. I'm going to give myself movement speed. Okay, so I'm looking at the Augurs. There's a transfusion. We're going to stun everything here. The other monk had the same idea. Okay, everything's being interrupted as expected. Very good. We're not getting letting the Juggernaut get buffed. We're grabbing another Priestess. That's okay. Burn Strikes coming through, but the tank's not moving, so they're not scary. Putting out more hots. Really not much to heal here, which is very nice. Now there will be, though, as we're getting a fourth stack. There we go. We're going to revival. Fortunately, the Druid went down. I should have reacted to that sooner. Should have cleansed on 3 stacks rather than waiting for the 4th because it took longer than I expected it to take. That's unfortunate. We're going to give the Druid a res once we're ready to get going again. Telling the Druid that was my bad. I should have revivaled sooner and put some hots out. We can get started with Priestess Alunza, which is convincingly the easiest boss in the run, in my opinion. Although with how well we did on Razan, it feels almost like Razan was the easiest one. People are switching over quite handily. I'm going to cleanse that Molten Gold, or whatever the heck it's called. Now she's going to be doing transfusions soon. I'm going to grab this one in the back. There we go. Everyone should have one available. Now I can see this being a nice big chunk of healing that I need to do, so I'll be more ready for the next phase. I guess everyone stepping into the puddles is obviously going to do a bunch of damage. I'm going to drop a paralysis on this guy. Okay, we also have the Druid Yoink back. Molten Gold going out. I need to get rid of that. It went out to the tank. That's surprising. Usually those kind of dots don't really go on tanks because tanks can handle them quite handily. Oh, I need to grab this one so the transfusion doesn't come through. I'm going to, I don't know, I don't really, like, I'm safe here, but on hierarchies, I need to react to this kind of damage coming through much more quickly. I should have just probably Shaylun's gifted. Like, I can't think of all the things I have in my toolkit immediately, so that's something I need to really work on. But we're going to try and give her a touch of death here. People are trying to focus her, not really working out here. We're going to burn her down before the next transfusion. Looks like we won't be able to. I'm going to give myself this. Okay, it all worked out. That was a little bit scuffed because we were trying to finish her off before the next transfusion, but it ended up working out just fine. Okay, cool. Trying not to get killed by the fire like my friends here. Okay, they almost did get taken out. There we go. Now I gotta hot them up. Hold on now, guys. Hold on. We have this RP to wait through, so I'm going to try and hot everyone up as we get closer to them. There we go. That should top them all off by the time we get upstairs. The hot from Melody Pond is going to switch over to the Druid, finish off healing on the Druid. Should be good. There we go. Looking at Yasma now, we're going to try and take her out. I'm curious what the racking pain healing will be like on the tank. If we're good at positioning, there should be not much other damage going through. There's going to be the odd spider getting hit and stuff like that, but I feel like that's okay. That's expected. You can't do everything right. Okay, racking pain goes on a random person, so I should be focusing my healing on that person against that. Okay, Soul Rend coming through. We need to position ourselves here. We need to stun everything and try to actually AoE DPS this. That'll help quite a bit with the healing as well. Racking pain going through. We're going to give them Chikakun. Enveloping Mist being full cast because I'm bad. I thought I had Thunder Focus Tea, but I did not. Okay. Now we're gonna get another Racking Pain soon. We gotta look how we're gonna handle this one. Racking Pain coming through, and it is on Melody Pond. We're going to just give them some good old-fashioned Soothing Mist healing. Okay, we have to get back to the center. We're going to see what we can do for this. I think I should be able to... Oh, wow. Okay, AoE Touch of Death coming in hot. We are going to Shayloons. Oh, I'm trying to get away from Spider. Scary Spider. What did I even die to? Racking Pain, probably. Can I get a Battle Res? Let's see. I should have been ready for that damage. Otherwise, we seem to be safe here. Drop that Shayloon's Mist. Need to get my Ancient Teachings up. Start putting out the Hots. That was my mistake. I should not have died there. I should have had my healing go off sooner, but I wasn't respecting the position of the spiders. I would like it if the tank moved sometimes out of these sort of scary things that we should be taking care of. I need to move this closer. AoE stun here. We're going to revival for the healing, which is not ideal. You don't want to do that, but there's no other trash I need to kill, so I don't have to worry about the bursting the spell. There's no other spells I need to handle in here either. Just trying to get my way through all these little spiders that are so scary. Put out some more Hots. We have a Bloodlust coming through. I think it just, the Sata just wore off, so we're just able to take care of that. I'm going to immediately start pumping heals into myself. Nope, we need to pump heals into the Druid as they have that. We're going to try and drop our things here. AVCC. Oh, spiders took out our other monk. Gonna put a knockback right here, trying to avoid the little spiders. Rising Sun Kick, get some more healing out. I stepped onto a small spider. Enveloping Mist coming through. We're gonna Chi-Ji. Can't believe I haven't used Chi-Ji yet. Not using much of my T. Not necessary, as I have more than enough mana to reach the end of this boss fight. I have the Enveloping Mist ready, but I have no one to put it on, and I don't want to waste the mana. Racking Pain coming through. We need to get away from the boss. Okay. Big ol' Shayloon's Mist heal. I'm trying to get away from all these spiders. Shayloon's Gift. I keep calling it Shayloon's Mist. I can't, like, I don't know where to go. There's too many freaking spiders. Like, I genuinely didn't know where to go. Whew. Okay, that was a fun run. I feel like this was really good. Oh, we got a haste versatility ring. I mean, I couldn't have been happier with a drop. That is perfect. Those are my best stats, and I can replace this Explorer ring. That's amazing. 463 item level. We're now at 452 item level. That's pretty good. Okay, we got some feedback from the group. The tank says my healing was good. I got a smiley face from Melody Pond. Hopefully I didn't let them die a whole bunch. Thank you for the run, guys. Indeed, we're going to start casting our Hearthstone, and we're going to peace out. Leave party. That was very nice. That was a very nice run. I really enjoyed that. Had a lot of fun. It's always nice to join a good group that's really, really good. Handles all the kicks, handles the mechanics. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's a lot more chill than people constantly dying. Also, I feel like we handled the bursting relatively well. I really didn't use revival much on the bursting at all. I only used it one time, and that one time I was super greedy. I tried to handle 4 stacks of it, so I let someone die, and I don't really like that, but it was a learning experience. It's better to, when someone's that low, it's not worth the risk of waiting for an extra stack, so I should have used the revival sooner. We're gonna get rid of this ring that's old. We don't need that ring anymore. We don't need these boots anymore either. I don't know why I kept them. Probably just forgot to sell them, to be honest. And we're going to go over here really quick. We're going to buy ourselves a enchant for this ring. We're actually going to get Devotion of Haste. What are we looking at here? 250 gold for Devotion of Haste. I feel like that's okay. We're going to grab one of those bad boys. Very nice. I'm getting a 3-star one instead of a 2-star one. I'm using 2-star enchants on the other gear because I'm going to replace it at some point. Very, very soon, I would assume, because it's veteran gear. I'd like to start getting champion gear. I'm going to grab that, put it on my ring, and I think I might actually craft a ring, or I might craft something else. Maybe like a bracer wouldn't be a bad thing to craft, because I do have these Explorer Dreambound bindings. I did get champion boots, I believe. Yes, 4 out of 8 champion boots. I did spend 250 of my flight stones to craft a Spark of Dreams, and getting a 463 piece of loot might not be bad, especially when it's replacing a 437 one. So I think I'm going to go try and craft myself some bracers. Very nice. We got ourselves some bindings, some life-bound bindings. The bindings that bind life. Life is bound with these bindings. The bindings of life binding bound. They're soul bound. What? I go to the auction house to get myself an avoidance thingy thing for my bracer called Devotion of Avoidance for the bracer. We're going to grab the 3-star one because this is a crafted item. So once I enchant it, I never have to get a bracer enchant again on this character. May as well buy it and put it on. 200 avoidance. Avoidance seems to be like pretty much best in slot. Taking less damage always seems like a good idea. So I'm going to slap those on. Eventually, I'd like to get a bracer for him. I'm going to need the stuff from the vault to put a bracer on, a socket on him. That's what I meant. What am I saying? We haven't yet committed to anything from the vault. It's going to be a tier piece, unless I get 4 tier pieces from the raid, which would be insane, but never say never. I'm also going to put some stuff on the auction house that I have laying around in my bag. But I think that's pretty much it for this video. I think I'm going to go do some weekly stuff. I don't want to really show that. I'm probably going to do the world boss and the Emerald Dream. That'll give me some Drake crests. That's not going to be bad. I still do need some Drake crests. Might fly around the dream and do the whatchamacallit, little blooms. That also gives Drake crests. Nothing impressive, but something to get. And I'm probably going to do the Worthy Ally Loam Niffin quest. Oh, and one more thing that I would like to do, and it's coming up in 12 minutes. I'm not going to show it in the video, but I'm going to do a time rift, and I'm going to get the session all, or I think that's how you say it. I'm going to get the other healing trinket because somebody had commented on a video and they say that does a good chunk of their healing overall. I feel like that's a nice upgrade. This is a really cool trinket. 2000 of a secondary stat isn't bad, but it is 437, and the other one can go up higher than that, so I'm going to grab that. And it's an easy enough improvement to get because all I have to do is the time rift. I'll get the guaranteed item that I can trade for an item, and there you go. But as I did say, that is pretty much it for this video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, drop a like. Let me know what you liked about it in a comment. If you had fun, subscribe because there's more episodes coming. And if you're feeling particularly generous, you can become a channel member. Channel members have guaranteed replies to their comments, and they also get nice little shout outs like Rise of Rice got today. But as always, thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next episode. Girl, where is you looking? What are you looking? Well, you're not really... Your eyes are closed, but why is your head so high up? You stretching? Is this yoga? I thought you were just meditating.